The weather is pretty nice today, but I didn't want to sit outside. So I'm sitting outside in my car with the windows down with the car turned off. So it's like I'm sitting outside, but I have a seat. Duh. Let me tell you about my day. I went to community college, my community college orientation. We start school on Monday. Today is Wednesday. So we start school in a little less than a week. But I realized when I was kind of looking for what a community college orientation might look like, I couldn't really find anything. I was like, so none of y'all are going to community college? None of y'all are going to community college orientation? Like, let's be honest. But I thought that I would make one then. If anything, I would like to help give somebody an idea, but then also I can just look back on it for myself. So it's a win-win. This is what it could look like. Don't quote me, don't sue me if it's not the same. All schools are different, and I feel lucky to have found one that I am excited to go to, because high school is awful for me. Like, I did not enjoy school at all, but like I'm finding myself actually really excited to start school next week. And orientation was great. Everyone was really friendly. So yeah, I'll just talk about the vibes first. Vibes were awkward, and it wasn't because of the people that put together the orientation. It wasn't because of the people that worked there. It was just like all of us, I think, being nervous and not wanting to talk to each other, because they had like games and like stuff set up for us to do together, and we had groups to mingle with, but nobody really talked to anyone. They were really nice about everything though. They gave me a little bag, and it had a schedule, a campus map, just like little bits of information, and then we like got a t-shirt or something. Got my group assignment and my student ID, which is so cute. I will put in a picture of actually, I'm not doing that. I think it's cute, but I'm not sharing that with anybody else in case opinions differ. Anyway, what was I even talking about? You interrupted me. You're rude. What they gave us. So, okay, the schedule, it had the times and the things that we were going to be doing, but it was like out of order, which was fine, but it was out of order. So the first thing was like the tour, but it wasn't being given a tour. You were kind of giving yourself a tour, which I liked. Like, it was okay, go to your portal. They told us how to get to whatever they wanted us to look at, and look at your schedule. So we pulled up our schedules, and he was like, okay, you have until 9:45 to go find your classes. Meet back here at 9:45. I got to walk around and find my classes almost by myself. I did ask for help, but yeah, so that was cool, being able to kind of scout out the campus. It's not a huge campus, but it's also not like tiny. Like, it's a nice campus, I would say. So we did that, and then there was a thing called the Get Connected Fair, which is at the bottom floor of the building that a lot of my classes are in. It's like an arts building, humanities, I don't know, arts, humanities, stuff like that and whatnot, whatever you want to call it, baby. And they just had a bunch of tables for different things at the school. They had an access center table, a study abroad table, which I'm really excited about. There was, I don't remember what specifically it was called, but it was like a thing for scholarships. They have like esports and like tournaments, which I thought was cool. It's like not my thing. I wasn't allowed to play video games as a child. They had something like to do with veterans, and if you get scholarships for that. And then also they were like, encourage your parents, like if they want to go back to school, or if they didn't go to school and they want to go to school, like that's absolutely encouraged, and we love that. So just stuff like that, just very encouraging. I have all of my papers with me. One moment until I can find that. The access center is basically like disability assistance, and just, I mean, it's what it sounds like. It's an access center, so you can get different accommodations. They have a lot of different testing accommodations, and even if you don't know what kind of accommodations you need, they can help you figure it out, which I thought was cool. I really like this school, guys. I really like it. They have like a radio station, which I think is cool, and if you want to set up a podcast, they'll help you do that, and you can do a podcast. They had an entire, I don't know how long we were in there, at least 45 minutes, and I almost fell asleep. Guys, please eat a good breakfast before you go to these things, because I was dead. Like, I was running late, so I couldn't eat breakfast, but I was so tired. And I was like, no, that's so disrespectful for me to come here and then fall asleep while she's talking to me about stuff that I need to know. trying so hard, and I stayed awake, but it was bad. They had an entire thing in the auditorium dedicated to like financial aid info, which I thought was nice because I feel like sometimes people have issues asking questions, or they don't know what questions to ask. So they kind of like answer the questions that you can't ask, or answer the questions that you don't know how to ask those questions, or you don't know what you want to ask. And I really hope they're not delivering a package. They're delivering a package. I'm gonna look stupid talking to myself. It's exposure therapy, it's fine. Yeah, I just thought it was really nice that they have that and are not shy about financial aid resources and are not shy about accommodations, because the school that I went to before that, it's like, I had a 504 plan, and we didn't even know what that was until a therapist brought it up, that could be helpful. Like, the school does not throw stuff like that around. They don't want you to know about it unless you absolutely must, and they're not going to tell you. They're going to have you, like, it's, anyway, they're not stingy about stuff like that. So if you need something, ask for it. My mom called me. I had to reset up the camera. Like, I feel like, oh, that is one thing. I feel like everybody there likes their job. And I could be wrong. And not everyone has to like their job. Not everyone there has to like their job, but I feel like the majority of people there, no, all people that I spoke to there seem like they like their job, which makes me feel like I'm not like being a bother by asking you about things that are your job. I don't know if that even makes sense. I'm trying to think about what else. We have this thing called eLearn. I don't know if that's like a universal thing or whatever, but it's another thing for resources and online portals and some classes. If you have online classes, and they kind of sat us down for like 30-45 minutes showing us how to use eLearn and like all of this stuff. Any questions, ask me, that whole thing. And it was very repetitive, but I think it's necessary, and I think that it's good that they do that. We had pizza for lunch, Papa John's, it was good. I had a thing called Career, not a thing, she made a PowerPoint called Career by Design. I don't remember her name, but she's like an advisor or like resource person there, and she seemed really cool. She made a PowerPoint called Career by Design, and it was just kind of like the concept of just being really intentional about what you're going to do with your life. Not that you have to have everything figured out, just kind of trying to help us put purpose behind what we want to do and know what we want to do, and then like the steps that we take in the future are for a reason. Like, oh, I'm gonna have this job because it's gonna give me these credentials, whatever, yada 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 yada. Career by Design, good name. Overall, community college orientation was extremely awkward and nobody really spoke at all. But what can I say? Ew, this is why nobody talks to me. This is why nobody talked to me. But yeah, that's what I did. I went to my community college orientation today. And it was cool. And I was very tired. And I'm very hungry now, because I had 2 pieces of pizza today. So, I don't know if this video is going anywhere. That's literally it. Okay, bye now.